The summer sun of July 1943 burned over the endless Russian steppe, turning the air into shimmering waves. Somewhere beyond the horizon, thousands of engines growled like a distant storm. It wasn't thunder, it was the sound of war machines awakening. For months, both sides had prepared for this moment. The Germans, under Hitler's orders, were ready to unleash Operation Citadel, a massive pincer attack to crush the Soviet bulge around Kursk. Facing them were the battle-hardened Red Army forces of Marshal Georgy Zhukov, who knew exactly what was coming. Soviet intelligence had already intercepted the plans. Instead of retreating, they dug in deep. The ground around Kursk became a fortress, 3,000 miles of trenches, minefields thick as forests, and anti-tank guns hidden like sleeping predators. Behind them, Soviet factories had churned out wave after wave of T-34 tanks, the workhorses of the Eastern Front. July 5, 1943. Dawn. The German assault began with a deafening artillery barrage. Tiger and Panther tanks rolled forward, their engines snarling, the ground trembling under the treads. Luftwaffe planes streaked overhead. At first, they punched holes in the Soviet lines, their 88mm guns knocking out T-34s with terrifying precision. But every mile forward was hell. The Germans found themselves crawling through mines, barbed wire, and relentless counterattacks. The Soviet defenses absorbed the impact like a giant shield, then struck back like a coiled spring. Then came Prokhorovka, July 12th, the heart of the storm. Dawn broke over fields already scarred with smoke and fire. On one side, the 2nd SS Panzer Corps, spearheaded by the feared Leibstandard Division. On the other, the 5th Guards Tank Army, their T-34s lined up, engines roaring. The two waves crashed together in a maelstrom of steel. Turrets turned, shells screamed, armor plates shattered. Tanks rammed each other when there was no space to maneuver. It was so close quarters that some crews fought with pistols and grenades after their machines burned. In the chaos, the Soviet tanks swarmed the heavier German Panthers, overwhelming them with sheer numbers. By August, Hitler realized the truth. Kursk was lost. The Red Army had not only stopped the German advance, they were pushing back. The Wehrmacht, once unstoppable, had been bled dry. Kursk marked the last great German offensive in the east. From here on, the tide of war rolled toward Berlin. And so the fields of Kursk were left smoking, littered with the twisted skeletons of nearly 8,000 tanks. A graveyard of steel that whispered of courage, desperation, and the turning of history's wheel.